Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's training. You're going to love this. It is going to be an epic training. I'm sure one of the most important and powerful ones we've probably done in the academy because, as you guys know, Facebook ads are a powerful force, the most powerful force in advertising today. That is not an overestimation whatsoever. And as you're going to find out, Facebook ads are always changing, so you've got to be on top of the game. And you're going to see that things that worked just 3 to 4 months ago don't work the same way right now. I mean, principles are always the same, and that's why we're going to share some principles with you. But also, you've got to know the tactics as they change. So we'll be going through some tactics with you. So we've got a few minutes. People are just jumping onto the lines. Let's see who's here and say hello. So we've got Annalise is on the line. We've got Claire. Good to see Claire here. We've got Yana is on the line. Lee, Sharon, who's just joined the academy. Good to see you. And Vicky. And I assume more people are going to be logging in pretty soon. So it's great that you guys are here live. You're going to get much higher benefit. You're going to be, first of all, a lot more tuned in, and you're going to pick up the information a lot better because you're investing your time to be here properly. We all know when we watch things on record, it doesn't quite go in the same way, and you don't really comprehend it properly. And of course, the other benefit you've got is that you've got the chance to ask questions now. And so what's really special about this training is I've got with us here tonight Mike Yander, who is my personal guy handling the Facebook ad campaigns, the only guy I trust right now with my Facebook ads. He's got my checkbook. He's writing out the campaigns. We know we're doing good stuff, and the results are showing it. Now, I'm doing kind of bigger ad spends. I think we're dropping like $1,000 plus just this week on a campaign. But I want you to know that this training it works for any level, and in fact, it's going to work better for you if you're just starting out, because as you've seen in the preview video, this is like building an audience for a couple of dollars a day, and really good to get precise and efficient with getting leads for cheap. Even if you have a big budget, one of the problems I see is people that do have the big ad spends on Facebook budgets, they blow it because it's like they've got more money than sense. And if you can get used to making a small budget go a long way, then just think what you'll do when you have a big budget, right? So even though we're dropping like $1,000 or $100 a day on a campaign like this, we're still looking at the campaign 3 or 4 times a day and seeing where we can shave off little bits, because it all adds up at the end of the day. So you've got Mike here. So say hello, Mike.
Howdy guys, how you doing?
Now, I just want to check if you guys can hear us both, and you can see the screenshot. Just give us a comment in the box right now. Okay, so you see the comments here. All right, Lee and Elise, you guys can see us. Before we kick off, guys, I just want to know a little bit about you guys. If you could put in the comments right now, tell me 2 things. Tell me, number one, what's your industry, and is it like a local business or an online global business? And secondly, tell us the number one sticking point or challenge you've had with Facebook ads. That could be like the reason why you wanted to do them but haven't, or if you have started doing them but you haven't got the results you wanted. If you can tell us just those 2 things, and then we'll get a much better idea of how to tailor this to you as much as we can. And so I'm gonna be dropping out in a few minutes. It's getting pretty late here, and Mike has everything he needs to teach you, and we've prepped this up together. So I'm just gonna leave you in Mike's hands because he will show you this step by step on the screen and take you through everything. But if you could just drop those comments in first of, like I said, what nature is your business and what is the number one sticking point you have? So you've got Annalise, online coaching and one-to-one coaching. So I guess that's all online, getting leads from any countries you want. And the
You're
challenge,
definitely going to benefit from this, Annalise. This works great for fitness coaches.
excellent. There's no way to direct them, so that's the challenge. Where to send those people. Got Claire, who's got a local gym, and Claire is one of my private mastermind students, and she's just getting into video ads. So I've been kind of pushing her this week to get into some videos, and this will be fantastic for Claire. We've got Lee. Okay, Lee helps local businesses with Facebook ads and is actually doing seminars now because Lee is doing my six-figure speaker program as well. And so to fill some events, and building an audience is going to be really killer there. What about the rest of you guys? How about the rest of you guys? Don't be afraid to speak up. Let us know in the comments. Again, if you just came in, put in the comment box what is the name. Do you have a local business or a global business, like online? And secondly, tell us the number one challenge or sticking point that you'd love us to show you how to break through with Facebook ads today. You can drop that in the comments, and then Mike has a great idea of how to help you specifically. All right, we've got Bryony on the line. Hey, Bryony. We've got Jen. Good to see you, Jen. Nathan's here. All right. Vicky's here as well. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm gonna hand over to Mike right now. He's gonna take you through this. We're gonna do some strategy. He's gonna take you through a great implementation plan that anybody can do, and you can ask some questions at the end. So, are you ready to go, Mike?
I'm ready anytime.
All right. Over to you then.
Okay. Well, guys, glad to be here. My name's Mike. Obviously, like Justin said, I'm working with him on his projects, running Facebook ads, and I'm not going to talk a whole lot about myself, but I do want to give you a little bit of background just so you kind of know where my experience is coming from. I'm an attorney by trade, but I run an online business from home like many of you do now. And I started off in the fitness niche. I created a fitness company just as a side hustle to help pay for my student loans and ran that. I actually just closed it down here at the end of 2016 and have been doing Facebook ads and business consulting full time. So if you're in the fitness niche, the stuff I'm talking about, like I've done it, I've been there, I work with a lot of fitness people, but I work with a lot of other people that are not in fitness as well that do other things. Just like Justin, obviously, is not, he's got a fitness business, but that's not what we're working on. So if you have specific questions, please drop them in. I'm not used to GoToWebinar, so if I miss something, I will be, coming back to those questions at the end. But, just let me know if anything cuts out. Here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you a quick overview. I'm going to talk to you about what Facebook ads are like today and compared to how they used to be and why you need to be changing to get results. And this is why a lot of you guys are having frustrations. I'm also going to do a lot of just walkthroughs on how to run campaigns. So how do you set up a add to an article to get more exposure on your blog and to build an audience? How do you set up video ads and build video audiences? How do you create custom audiences that you can retarget? How to install your pixels. I'm going to show you a couple ways to install a pixel. And then lastly, how to do a conversion ad. This is what we use for getting people to register for a webinar, for getting people to join your mailing list, things like that. And then I'm going to give you an implementation strategy so you can take everything that we learned today, and I'm going to give you actual ad spend dollars, tell you what campaigns to run, and when you should be changing and implementing it so you can you obviously probably don't have this huge budget you can just throw at things. I'm all about small budgets, making every penny work. So I want you to understand, like, if we can start with a small budget, focus on one thing, and then gradually start adding all the different pieces on. So please stay to the end because this implementation plan is going to be very, very valuable. And then also, like I said, drop your questions as we're going. Another thing that I'm going to do is, as we're going through this, I'm going to use examples. I might quote other clients I've worked with or results I've seen from other people, and I'm going to try and give you metrics that you can judge by. So like what you should be expecting, the kind of results you should be expecting, the cost, how much it costs to get somebody on your email list, how much it costs to get somebody to sign up for something, how much it costs to get a new lead, whatever it is. So I'm going to be giving you some examples, some metrics, and a lot of these might be better than what you'll be able to get right away, but I want you to know what's possible. That way you know how affordable this is, and that you understand that when you start doing things a different way, it can lead to some really, really incredible results. Give me a second to get a sip of water. Another thing, I talk fast, I get excited, I start talking fast, so I hope you can keep up with me. If you miss something, you need me to go back, please let me know. But let's get started right away with our overview before I go into these walkthroughs. And so what Justin really wants you all to be aware of today is that Facebook advertising has changed. And what worked even 6 months ago does not necessarily work now. And so an example that popped up in the group from one of our new members, Sharon. And Sharon, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to call you out on here, but it's a great example and I want people to understand. So Sharon was talking about how she had she's got an online membership group, and she had her in-person training, and she was running leads, getting leads from Facebook ads, I'm assuming just to cold traffic to get people to come into her gym. She was talking about how for $5 spend, she was getting, 5, 7, even 10 leads per day. And now she's getting none. And the fact is that's how it is these days. It's very, very difficult to go straight to a cold audience, somebody that doesn't know who you are, and say, hey, buy my thing. Hey, sign up for my program, or whatever it is that you're trying to get them money to get them in the door, all right? And that doesn't matter whether it's in person, like that in-person personal training example, or it's online like a program like this Expert Authority Academy. Like it's not, you're never going to see Justin just run an ad where it's just like, hey, do you want to be an authority in your niche? Buy my program. That's not what he's doing. We're taking people that don't know who he is, we're letting them get to know him, and then once that relationship's been built, we're going to bring them in, okay? So it's all about building a relationship and having a system. And the system that we're talking about today specifically, and this is what you need to move to, is a way to take somebody that's never heard of you to becoming a client. But if there's point A, B, and C, point A is they've never heard of you, and point B is, they've now heard of you, they've read something, and point C is they follow you and they do all your stuff, and point D is a client. We can't go from point A to D anymore. We have to go from point A to B, and then have a plan to go from point B to point C, and then point C to point D. Okay, we have to treat every single one of those levels differently. And if you're not treating those people differently, then you're really going to struggle in 2017 running your Facebook ads. And that's going to be the difference between the people that are just feeding the Facebook machine. They're putting their hard-earned dollars in there, and the machine is eating them, and they're getting nothing in return, compared to the person that is going to put $1 in the machine, and then the machine is going to spit $5 back out at you. So you need to make sure you're doing that, and that's what this is all about today. So let me get some more water here. So the way this works, I wish I had pulled up a flow chart or something. You know what? Give me a second. You guys, can you let me know, make sure you can see my screen? Can everybody see my screen? Somebody can just pop in there for me and let me know.
All right, Mike, we've got Annalise says she can't see it, but everyone else can see it. So Annalise, can you see the screen now? Everybody else can see it, apart from Annalise. Strange. Yeah, that's never happened before. Let us know if it comes up, Annalise, or make sure you haven't got any other windows in the way or anything like that. If you try closing down any other windows you have open, that might help it run a bit faster.
Maybe jumping off and coming back on too. Well, Annalise, I'm sorry that it's not showing up. Hopefully that gets resolved. Guys, should I just Justin, would you like me to just keep going, or?
Yeah, Annalise tried turn back off and back on. I don't know. I've never had one
Okay,
person
okay.
before, so I wouldn't know how to fix it anyway.
So guys, let me show you this funnel here. This is for one of my clients, and I just want you to kind of see what I'm talking about with the system. What kind of an overview would look like here. And what we're really doing is ignore the upper right-hand corner where the red box that says sales page. We're looking at this bigger monstrosity that takes up kind of the southwest region of this page. And normally what people are doing, they're going from the top and they're taking an audience and they're sending them right to an offer. What we do here, you can see I have a green box that says lead magnet, a green box that says 7-day challenge, and then another one that says webinar consultation, another green box. So what we're really doing here is we're moving people from one place to the next, okay? And I'm not going to stay on this too long, but the lead magnets to get them on the email list. From the email list, they hit the thank you page. We're putting them into a Facebook group. They're in a welcome campaign. But then if you see, we've got this right off the thank you page, it goes right. It says warm audience, okay? And there's a blue arrow pointing down to that 7-day challenge. And so we've created an audience of those email subscribers, and now we're sending them to the next level, okay? And then they go through something again, we have a hot audience, and now we're going to send those people to the sale. And that's basically the system we're going through here. So what it looks like for you when you're implementing this is that you first want to be sending people to an article on your blog, or a video or something, so they can see you. You're actually going to give them some value. I really hate this whole idea, this way people talk about I'm going to give people value, but what I want you to do is you want to help them in some way, okay? You need to have this results first mindset. And so you want to help them with a problem. And the problem, the way you're helping them, this first piece of content, it needs to be in line with what your ultimate offer is. So, Justin helps people to launch seminars so they can speak from the stage, they can get coaching clients from the stage. It's one of the many things he does. And so when we do and send people to an article or a video, it's about the reasons they should be doing that for their business so they can get more clients, or it's about a particular struggle people have with speaking from the stage, maybe getting butts and seats at the venue, right? And then from there we move them into something else, like the challenge that we're launching this week, where in 7 days we're helping them go from planning it out to promoting it to hopefully profiting from it. Another example, if you're in the fitness niche, you might have, people, they come into your system, they might download a lead magnet, and then you want to get them results first. You're going to put them through some sort of, say, 7-day challenge, or maybe a longer piece of content where you can get them results first. You're going to give them a very basic diet plan, a basic workout, motivation, things they can do to start getting results already. That way, when you finally ask for the sale in that third step, they already know you, they like you, they trust you, and you've already helped them so much that it's a no-brainer for them to purchase from you. But more importantly with all this is you need to know how to systemize it, and it needs to be controllable, and that's where paid ads come in. And paid ads are so powerful because of the fact that we can have control over it, and we can know where people are going next. And that's what we're going to be going into today. So when we're talking about these systems, for example, we might have somebody that we're sending to the lead magnet. We're not going to send we're sending cold audience to a lead magnet, right? Say the thing they're downloading to get on the mailing list, but we're not sending the cold audience to the challenge, right? So then we're only sending the people that downloaded the lead magnet to the challenge because they're ready for that stage. And then we're not sending the cold audience or the warm audience, the people that were going for the lead magnet or going for the, or have not accepted the challenge yet. They haven't gotten to that point. We're not going to send them to the offer because they haven't gotten far enough yet. They haven't shown enough interest. And so we need to get them through those first 2 stages before we make that offer. And the way we do this is by creating audiences on Facebook, like I'm going to show you today, and then retargeting those audiences with ads, like I'm going to show you today. So let me close this down. Justin, if you're still here, is there anything you want to add kind of on this overview before I get into the how-tos?
No, that's pretty much it. Annalise is back on and she can see now, so that's great.
Okay.
But no, just that's perfect so
All
far.
right, perfect. So guys, let's get right into this, starting off with how we're going to do all this kind of stuff. So we're going to go here to this account. Hopefully everybody can see this. I'm going to use one of my client accounts. So let me move this so I can see. Okay, so this is the ads manager. I'm not going to go through Power Editor or anything that complicates it a little bit. All you need to do is be able to use ads manager. Once you're in ads manager, you have this button on the left. I hope everybody can see my mouse. You can click it. You can see campaigns, ads, ad sets. This is something they just added the other day. But here, you can see this guy right here. This guy's account that I'm on. You can see we don't have a spend of more than $40 in a day. We're usually in the $15 range. This guy, this past week, we just launched a membership site for him and had 144 people join at $30 a month, you know, over a 6-day launch. And we actually were only spending to get people into the front end of our program. We were doing this all through putting in the system organically. So now we're implementing the paid traffic system for him, and it's about to blow up. So just this is how powerful this is before you even add the Facebook part to it, when you already have your systems and your flow chart. That flow chart I sent you was his. So when you have that in place before you even start the ads, it's very powerful. But we're going to go up to this top right here. It's create ad. Okay, that's where we start. And you're going to see, you go and get a new ad here. Ad, okay. This is where we're going to start, right? This is the campaign screen. So when you're in Facebook ads, you have campaigns, ad sets, and new ads. And the biggest mistake people make is choosing the wrong campaign objective. This determines everything, okay? And when we're choosing our campaign objectives, what we're going to go through today is this traffic, which used to be called clicks to website, conversions here, which is getting people to opt in, and video views. That's what we're going to focus on. And these are the main ones you should be focusing on no matter what you're doing. But the first thing we're going to cover today is building the audience, okay? And we're going to do that by sending people to a blog and through video views. I'm going to start with sending people to a blog, okay? So your campaign objective in this circumstance is going to be traffic. And the reason for this is because we want to send traffic to your blog. We want to send people to your blog, okay? Once you get in there, now obviously you can do the names are up at the top. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get to the targeting, okay? So this is the ad set. This is where we determine budget, targeting, placement, all of those good things. We get a lot of information here about audiences here on the right-hand side on this column, and I'm going to give you some information about exactly what you want. So the first thing you need to think about is who you're targeting, all right? Now, once we have an audience created, we're going to use a custom audience, which is right here at the top, and you're going to be able to select all kinds of different things. But when we're just starting out, we want to use a cold audience, which means you're either going to be doing interest targeting or you're going to be using what we call a lookalike audience, all right? I'm going to show you the interest targeting first. So you're going to start off with the location, okay? You need to know where the people you want to work with are from. If you're over in the UK, it's probably best that you target people in the UK because they're going to be on the same, you know, time frame as you. If you're in the US, it's good to target in the US, but you know, there are different places you can go. The United States is usually more expensive than targeting in other areas, but you can get very specific. If you're doing local targeting, you can actually target locations. When we do local lead ads and things, we're going to actually target the location and a radius around it. But generally, for this kind of stuff, what we're talking about today is mainly for online stuff, online services. And so we want to have a big audience. We want to send it to a lot of people, get a lot of eyeballs on it. It's going to help us bring our costs down. So I'm just going to leave it at United States, but you can pick whatever country you want. And then this stuff, the age, the gender, men, women, that kind of thing. Make sure it's just set to who you want to work with. If you have something, you know, that's very gender specific, you're only going to want to go to one gender. And then from an age group, you know, a lot of times the age group that I tend to put things in is I tend to put things from 25 to 54. That's what I use most of the time, but you can do what you want. The reason I do this is because Facebook partitions age in 5s to 4s. So 25 to 34, 35 to 44. So I do that because if I put it to 55, then you're paying to reach people in the 55 to 64 range, but you're only targeting the one thing. I found that it actually increases your cost a little bit. But and then also language. You need to be careful of this, right? So I made the mistake one time, was running traffic for somebody in California, and did not specify language, and we were getting a lot of Spanish-speaking people. And so now I will put in here like English. We want English. Um, so our interests are down here in this detailed targeting. There's so much stuff you can do here, but what I want to encourage you to do is you want to either pick one thing that's very broad or many things that are related, and then you can pick it down. But what you need to realize is you've got this include people who match at least one of the following, and then you've got people here that exclude people who match at least one of the following, um, or oops, this is what I meant. Okay, here. So if we go to physical fitness, and then let's say, this is what I meant to do, narrow audience. You need to be careful, right? So if you do narrow audience, it must also match one of the following, right? And then you can do, whatever. I'll just say nutrition or something, right? And so that's going to make it smaller because it's only going to target people that are in both of these groups. So what you really want to do is I'm always trying to, if it's something like physical fitness where it's just a huge amount of people, then I'm just going to go ahead and run with that. Now, if you were, say, targeting, let's say you were providing a service to fitness coaches, okay, then I might go in here and I might do a narrow audience. And then what I would do is go to behaviors, something like behaviors, digital activities. You know what, I'm not going to search it. I'm just going to type it in. Facebook page admin. See if this pops up. Yep, behaviors, Facebook page admins. So if I know that people are interested in fitness and they're a Facebook page admin, they probably have a fitness business. So if I wanted to target ads to people that owned a fitness business, that would be a really good way for me to do that, okay? Now, so you're going to put in whatever targeting that you think is best for your thing. So like the ad, excuse me, the ad that I was doing this based off, he's a fitness guy, so I might just put physical fitness, and then we're going to go into running the ad. Now, I'm a big fan of I think copy is very important. I think I mentioned this on a video earlier, the pre-webinar video I did. I think copy is very important. I think your message is very important, and I think that instead of trying to hyper target down to the very specific avatar niche that you want, that you should let your copy do the talking, and attract the people that want to work with you because they respond to your message, they respond to you, and to what you're about and what you're offering. So I like to go with broader audiences, and this is one of the reasons that I get very, very cheap conversion. So so keep that in mind. Like, if you're a fitness coach, you don't need to go in and be like, I want, super specific with stuff. You can just put in physical fitness. Now, if you do want something specific, maybe you work with moms, then it would be good to search, somebody that's a mom or a mother. I don't know what it would be on here. Not an interest, but, like actually, or parent. Let's do that. Parent, not interest. There's one that's demographic. Parents all, okay? So if I do parents all, and then I go to narrow audience, and I do physical fitness, okay? What this means is that we are going to target people that are interested in fitness and our parents, right? And right now we have it as all. If we were to set it to women, it would just be moms, okay? And now we're narrowed down to 11 million. But it's going to be very specific, so we're only targeting moms who are interested in fitness at this point, and that might be the demographic you're looking for. Let's see, we got a question here. I'll come back to that because I'm not quite following the question. So then connection types is the last thing here. You can go to people who like your page, people who are friends of your page. You can exclude people who like your page. When you're sending traffic to an article, right, when you're trying to build an audience, you want to exclude people who like your page, okay? So this guy's account, fitness, so we're going to exclude his page because we want new blood. We want new people. We don't want people that already know who he is, right? We're building an audience, all right? So the targeting, you can do whatever targeting you want, but the real important thing here is when we get into placement. And let me go back up here real quick, though. Eventually what you can do is you can go to these custom audiences, and instead of targeting, so this is what I would do here. Let's remove, I just kind of showed you the moms as an example. let's go to all. I'm going to set this back at 18, and I'm going to set this, or you can still do 25 to 54, it doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and leave it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a lookalike audience, okay? Lookalike audiences are when Facebook takes an audience you already have, such as website visitors or subscribers. So we have this guy, Anyman Fitness email subscribers, and it finds the people that look most like that, right? So that audience becomes 1%, and then the other 99% become those people. So if you see this audience, now we have almost 2 million people that look like the people that have already subscribed to his list. And that's very, very powerful. It might not seem like it, but the algorithm, the Facebook algorithm, is the most powerful marketing platform on the planet, hands down. And it's so smart that when you do something like this lookalike audience, you're going to get way, way cheaper results. Now, here we're sending people to a blog. So instead of doing email subscribers, we would do the lookalike website visitors, right? But if we were doing a cold traffic to a lead magnet to subscribe to an email, like we do for him, we would do email subscribers. What I'm going to talk to you about today, though, is like that retargeting. But you're going to have to test both, and I'll talk about that in the implementation plan. So let's talk about placements, okay? This is really important. It automatically does placements, but we always want to go to edit placements, okay? And the first thing that's going to pop up is, do you want to do all devices, or just mobile, or just desktop? In most cases, you're going to want to do just mobile. I'm just going to let you know, most people are on their phones, they're not on their computers. That's where attention is these days. They're watching TV, but they're looking at their phone during commercials. You know, that's what they're doing. And so you want to hit people on their phones, and you want to have your websites be mobile optimized. But sometimes, like the campaign that we're running for Justin right now, we tested desktop and mobile, and desktop is doing better, right? And so that's not normal, but since he's targeting entrepreneurs that are on their computers all the time, we're noticing that we're getting much better results on desktop, which is, you know, not normal. So it's a good thing we tested it. So you do want to test that. But you need to know all these other things. You've got feeds, instant articles, in-stream video in some cases, right-hand column. Okay, that's the ones that appear on the right side of this of Facebook. You've got Instagram, you've got Audience Network, and now Messenger, which is just came out. So it's just rolled out. But what we're going to do when we're sending people to a website, we are going to choose feeds or Audience Network. And you only ever really want to do one of these. You don't want to do multiple. So we're going to go ahead. First off, I want you to test both. You need to test both. But we're going to go ahead and tune off everything for now, just so I can show you this, okay? And so if we're only sending the feed, right now, feeds are checked, nothing else is checked. It's all devices. That means it's going to show up in the news feed of Facebook on mobile and on desktop, okay? A lot of times, especially in fitness, I'm only doing mobile. If I do that, then it's going to go here. I'll turn all this off. Now it's only going to show up in the mobile news feed, okay? So you just got to make that decision. Either test both, run both desktop feed and mobile feed, or only run mobile feed. You need to make that decision based on your audience. Now, our goal in sending people to your website is not necessarily to get people to read your articles. It's to get them to read that one piece of content that's related to that lead magnet, that PDF that you're going to get them to subscribe to your email later, right? Or that challenge or whatever the offer is that you're going to capture their email list with. So they need to match. We're only sending them to one thing. Now, there are two things you can do. You can send them from the feed, or you can send them from Audience Network, okay? Audience Network is much cheaper, and so when we're building audiences from an article, then we're going to send them Audience Network. And I need to pause here real quick just to clarify something. We're going to go through later how to install a pixel on your website. This is important. If you don't know what the Facebook pixel is, a Facebook pixel is something that allows Facebook to optimize actions taken by the user on different things. So when we're trying to get people to subscribe to our emails, we put a pixel on the thank you page after they would subscribe, because we're telling Facebook we want to target people who will get to the thank you page, right? And it also keeps track of actions, like how many people subscribed. When someone hits the thank you page, the pixel fires, and we get a notification that says somebody subscribed. On the same way, if we have a pixel on an article and somebody hits the article, that pixel fires, and now they're a part of an audience that we can retarget. So that pixel is really important. okay? But what we're really doing here is we're trying to get the cheapest possible pixel fires on our article. And usually the way that we're going to get that is through Audience Network. So what you're going to want to do, if you don't know what Audience Network is, it's other apps and things, you know, basically things happening off of Facebook, okay? So we're going to send to Audience Network. You can't select Audience Network without having Newsfeed, okay? So if you're going to use Audience Network, you want to do mobile only, Newsfeed checked, Audience Network checked, and then Facebook will automatically turn off the mobile newsfeed, so it's only sending to Audience Network. So we're doing this right now, and we're sending people to articles for Justin, and it's much cheaper than sending them from the newsfeed. But here's the risk you got to run into: is that currently the people that own the platforms off of Facebook, where the ads are showing up, they have the ability to turn off the pixel. So what happens is that sometimes there are going to be some clicks you're going to get that aren't going to register, okay? This happens with newsfeed as well. Even on the newsfeed, it doesn't always work. So if you're sending clicks to an article from your newsfeed, Facebook might show that you have 100 clicks, but in reality, you might have 60 to 80 pixels, okay? And then with the Audience Network, you might, it might say you have 100 clicks, and in reality, you might have, you know, we'll say 35 to 50 pixels, okay? And so what you need to do is you need to test, am I getting cheaper clicks to website from just running to the newsfeed, right, as one campaign, or to Audience Network as another, all right? What I would do personally, if I were you, I would run to Audience Network. If you're noticing that the pixel is not matching with the clicks and it's really bad, then I would test something else. But Audience Network is going to be cheaper. But you guys need to be aware that there are some missing clicks. Facebook is working on improving this. It's getting better. But right now, there are a couple issues, okay? So when we're sending clicks to our website, we're choosing Audience Network, mobile only. You have to leave feeds clicked, all right? And then we're going to set our budget, daily amount. We're going to optimize for clicks, not impressions. We're going to leave it clicks. And then we're going to hit continue, and we're going to go over and we'll work on our ad copy, all of this stuff. I'm not going to go really extensively into copy. That's not what this is about. But basically what you want to do, you do not want to do carousel ads. You don't want to do a video if you're trying to do ad clicks. You want to do a single image. You want to put the website you're trying to drive the traffic to here in the website URL. You're going to want a catchy headline. Either a question or something that's a curiosity benefit headline, and a little bit of text to drive them, right? Curiosity is so powerful. Don't give them everything. Get them curious, make them want to click, but they have to click to get the information. We're trying to drive clicks here, okay? And then just make sure it looks good here from your display. So that's going to be how we're going to do the ad article campaigns. Does anybody have any questions on that? The quality of traffic, okay, I'm not sure how old it is, but Lee just said, what's the quality of traffic? The quality of traffic is good because it's coming to Facebook. If your traffic is coming from Facebook or it is coming from Google, it is good quality traffic. But if it's coming from any other sources, you have to be careful because a lot of third-party sources really sketch. So with the Audience Network, when we're sending these clicks, that's why I had to check it. If you want higher quality, then you're going to want to do from your Facebook newsfeed, but you're going to pay more for it. But if you do that Audience Network, it's still Facebook approved, so it's still going to be good quality. There's just a chance that there will be less pixel fires than it clicks. But even with that, we're still paying less through Audience Network per click, like per actual pixel fire. So even if for every 3 clicks only 1 pixel fires, we're still paying less than we are from 1 click from newsfeed, okay? If there are any more questions about that, y'all can let me know. The next thing, we're going to talk about the video campaigns. We're going to go to create campaign here, and we're going to start another new ad, and we're going to do the video ones. And remember, this is also giving people content first that we're going to retarget them, okay? So we're going to go to video views, okay? This is what we're looking for here, video views. Continue. Same thing, choose your targeting, choose your audiences, go for a big audience here. You know, that way you're not getting repeat shows, large audience. We're going to go into edit placement. We're going to go ahead, we're going to turn off Instagram, Okay, if you want to run an Instagram ad, you need to only target it to Instagram. But Instagram videos are limited to 30 seconds, so you got to keep that in mind. We're not going to send this to Audience Network. We're going to send this to the in-stream videos is a new option. It's kind of like YouTube where you see an ad before the video. Haven't tested this much, so I really can't tell you. We're not going to write column ads. I'm getting decent results with in-stream instant articles, but really I would just stick to feeds, okay? So desktop newsfeed, mobile newsfeed, run them both, see which one's working, click off, and then get rid of the loser there, okay? We're going to optimize for video views, not daily unique reach, video views, okay? So this is going to get you the lowest cost per 10 seconds. So they're supposed to be changing it to you only pay for a 10-second view. I think currently you're paying for 3-second views, though. All right, then we're going to go into continue. You're going to do a single video. So here in the ad creative part, you can, there's a lot of different options, but we're going to go with a single video. You can upload a new video. We can go here, we can browse and take, like this, right? Put the video in there. You're going to be able to choose different thumbnails, find the one that you think is best. This is the still shot. And then here we already have captions. So you want to add captions. And I want you to think about this, okay? As an example, right? So my wife watches all kinds of TV and stuff every evening, like The Bachelor and, whatever, I don't know, random stuff, HGTV, like all this stuff I don't care about. I'm not a big TV person. So what ends up happening at night is she's watching TV and I'm sitting there reading or I'm on my phone. And so when I go to look at a video on Facebook, I don't ever click on the video because I don't want that person to start talking while my wife's watching the TV show. And so the best videos are the ones that have captions because I can see what the video is about without having to listen to it. Okay, and you need to keep that in mind because that's how most people are. They're looking at the video while they're in the office or while they're somewhere where they don't want the sound to play. So you want to add captions, all right? And the easiest way to add captions is to send your video to rev.com and they'll send you this SRT file and then you can upload it and you're good to go, all right? But so we have the video, you have your text. What you'll want to do, pixel tracking, track all conversions from my Facebook pixel. You'll want to have this targeted and you're going to place the order. What's going to happen is it's going to start playing your ad, and Facebook's going to charge you for 3-second video views. And then what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to go in. Let me show you an example of this. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. He's got one. We're going to go in Ads Manager. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, but you're actually going to be able to break things down based on you're going to be able to break things down based on how much they watched. We had a video recently. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. So we're going to click on this one. So this is a video we used for retargeting to a specific audience. And as you can see here, we paid 1 penny per 3-second view. I've had videos that have been as cheap as 2 to 3 views per penny. So this is a really great way to build it. But if you go to Performance, Video Engagement, you're going to be able to see not only the cost, but you're going to see, okay, we had 25,000 3-second views, but only 8,000 or 9,000 10-second views, right? But then you can get in here even more. You can see the average amount was 3%. But then here, this is where the sweet spot, 25%. So we paid $200, but we got about 2,000 people that watched 25% of the video, which in this case, it was a 6-minute video. So that's a 1.5 minutes. That's pretty long. Now we retarget those people that watch 25%. That's really your sweet spot. So when we're building the audience, that's what you're looking for. All right. So next, we've covered creating ad articles, covered creating video article or video audience, the video ad itself. Now let's go to the custom audiences and how this works. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to this these 3 things up at the top, these 3 lines. We'll go to All Tools and we'll look at it. You can see everything that's available inside of Ads Manager. Audience Insights, Business Manager, Power Editor, there's all kinds of things. We're going to focus over here on audiences under assets, okay? And assets, such a great word because these things are very, very valuable. So as you can see here, for this, we've got an audience here of people that looked at a sales page. So we can actually retarget people that looked at the sales page but didn't buy if we wanted. But we've got all kinds of audiences in here. So here's how you create an audience. All right, you are going to go to create our audience here on the left. And there's different types. There's lookalike, custom. Saved audience is like if you're targeting certain people over and over, right? So an example saved audience I'll just use Justin as an example. Since we're talking about people that we're working with people that want to become speakers, like public speakers, speak from the stage, hold events, what we've done is we've created a list of famous people that are targetable on Facebook that speak from the stage, that people that we want to target would be interested in. We've created a saved audience like that. Lookalikes we'll go into that real quick. That's going to be what you're going to, well, actually you got to have a custom audience first. Okay, well, we'll look right here. You can create a custom audience. Let's say this guy, he created this subscribers too. This is email subscribers. We can go and create a lookalike audience. Choose, or here, website visitors. Like we could choose website visitors and then say United States, and then you want to leave it at 1, which is 2.1 million. And then you'd hit create, and it would magically create this list of about 2.1 million people that look just like the people that visited the website. This is very, very powerful. The other one is custom audiences, okay? This is how you create the audiences we're going to be retargeting. This is the real important stuff. So there's a couple things you can do. The first is you can do a customer file. This is going to allow you to see choose file and copy and paste data. You can basically export your mailing list, right, your email list, and then you can upload it right here, and then it'll load all of those emails into Facebook, and you can actually target people that are on your mailing list. So this is really great. If you're trying to sell something via email, you can at the same time be hitting them with a Facebook ad, right, that is doing the offer first. So you can actually target those people that aren't opening your email, which is really, really powerful, okay? The other options, we go to create audience, custom audience. We've got website traffic, okay? And this is what we're going to use for the articles. So website traffic, okay? We can go to anybody who visited your website, or if we're doing a specific article, we would go to people visiting specific pages but not others, okay? And what we want to do, people who visit specific pages, we want to do URL contains, and then what we want to do is take the back end of that, like article, like the slash. So for example, I was doing this for a client. We were trying to retarget people that had visited his coaching application page, right? And so it's literally /apply. So we would put here /apply and hit enter, and then the pixel on that /apply would be applied. So you're going to need to go, I don't have one up, or I would give you like an example, but we're talking about this stuff, right? /add, all of this stuff, right? So it might be /apply, it might be /call. If it's an article, like let's say the article was, 4 ways to get more leads with Facebook ads, right? Like I might have an article that is like, 4-ways. That's the name of the article. I would put that in there. You can do this for up to 180 days, and I highly recommend that you do that. So we'll do here /article, 180 days. We want to include past website traffic. We would name it something like people who read article 180 days, right? And we'd hit create, and that audience would be created, okay? I should have had one ready for y'all. I'm sorry about that. When you first get this, though, what's going to happen, without me digging through and trying to find one, what you're gonna do is when it happens, you can see here it says availability ready. It's going to say not ready, and it's going to be red. You're going to need to let that populate before you can actually do any of the retargeting. Another thing you need to know about these audiences, let's look at this one right here. This video audience, 25%. What's great about this is that this is constantly updating. So the more people that watch that video or read that article, this is constantly going to be changing. And then to make it even crazier, if we created a lookalike, like here, website visitors, right? We have this lookalike audience. So if we created an audience that was just website visitors, it's constantly going to be updating. And then when we have this lookalike audience that is a lookalike of the website visitors, that's going to constantly be updating too. So the more website visitors you get, then this lookalike audience becomes more powerful. But what we're really worried about is that custom audience, okay? So like I said, website traffic would go in here, we'd put in the back end of the URL. So if this is anymanfitness.com, right, we would go to specific pages, contains, although you can do equals, but we want to do contains, and do /apply. If it was application page or /article, whatever the slash is after the .com. Okay. Now, if we're doing our custom video audience, we're going to go to this engagement on Facebook. We're going to choose video. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go here, and then we're going to see choose content type. Like I said, 25% is the sweet spot. Those are people that watched a good amount of your video, but not necessarily all of it. And then we're going to choose the video. And here there's a bunch of videos. This is different people, but like for him, he's got a bunch of videos. So we're going to choose this. This one was 3 minutes. We would choose it, okay, and then we would go to confirm, right? And this is the video that we had been building that audience for. We've been doing video views for, okay? And we do 180 days because that's the max we can do. And we would write what it is. We would write, a name for it. And then when we hit create, it's going to populate this exact audience that we see here at the top, that 25%, right? So that video audience, it was called the photography video. So we got video audience, 25%, 2,000 people, okay? And now we can retarget those people with another offer. Everybody following so far? Any questions? If you have any questions about setting up these audiences, let me know. And of course, there's going to be a recording, so you can go back and look it up. So let's talk about the next thing, which is pixels and installing the pixels. And you need to know where a pixel is, kind of what it is. So you're going to go to audience, this menu again. Pixels is going to be under assets, and it's going to pull up, and this needs to load. Okay. On here we can see in the last week he's had 6,000 pixel fires. That's how many people have gone to his website. So he's had somewhere around 500 today. And there's different things we can do here. But this pixel is basically just tracking people that either watch your video or look at your website. Now, the pixel happens automatically because it's on Facebook. But if we're tracking blog visitors, we have to actually go and install the pixel. So the way you install a pixel is you have to put this code in. What you're going to do is you're going to go here where it says set up pixel, and this handy little window pops up, and you're going to go to copy and paste code. Okay? And then you're going to go down here, and you see all this code. It says copy code to clipboard. You just click it, and now it's copied. Okay? Now, here's where it gets tricky. I'm going to show you ClickFunnels. I'm going to show you WordPress, because those are the ones that get used the most. If you try and do something else, you're going to have to figure that out based on what you're using. But these are the ones that are most commonly used. So these are ones I can help you with. So if we go here, this is my old website for my fitness company, and this is not even working anymore. But I wanted to show you in WordPress, and this is the one I have access to. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go to plugins. Okay, I was already in there, so I'll give it a second. We're going to go to plugins, and you're going to want to get a plugin right here, Tracking Code Manager. This is the one you want. Okay, it's free, it's easy to use. You're going to set it up. That's the one we want to use. All right. Now I want to go into the settings for the Tracking Code Manager. You can install this on the code on the website, but like I can do Facebook ads, I can't do anything else techy, so I have to use easy mode, right? So then we go here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to Add New Tracking Code, this little blue button, and then we're going to name it. I'm just going to call it Website Pixel, whatever your is, and then you see here, paste the code. I'm going to hit, whoop, I'm going to click this black box, I'm going to hit Command V, and the pixel is in there. So you can see all this stuff. You'll notice here it says Facebook Track Page View. We're just going to leave it. That's what we want. Not going to touch anything else. This has to be in the header code. which is just the top of the page. I don't really know anything else about code beyond that, so I'm just letting you know. And then where do you want to add this code? Standard. We're going to do a whole website, pages and posts. And then if you want to exclude, if you don't want to include certain pages, you can exclude them here. And then you're going to hit save, and then it's automatically installed in your website. Easy peasy, no problem. So y'all saw over here where you got the code, and then in WordPress, we went ahead and did this tracking code manager app. It's free. We installed this code. We hit save. We're good to go. All right. That's how you would do it on WordPress. Now we're going to go over. I hope you guys can see this here on ClickFunnels. I've gone onto my ClickFunnels, gone to a funnel. This is a funnel for one of my clients. Okay. So we're going to go here. I apologize. Y'all are about to see some lady booty. He's selling a glute program for ladies. As you can see, this page is doing very well. We've got we've been running it. We've got 682 new emails, and we're getting a 48% conversion on this. So we've got two pages here. We've got the landing page. This is the page they're going to hit from the ad, the landing page that they hit the button, they opt in, and we've got the thank you page. Okay, and the thank you page is where obviously they go after they opt in, after they're on your mailing list. When you're installing a pixel, and you know, if you're installing it, like say you're sending it to a landing page, because you're sending them to an article, you're going to put it on that page. But if you're trying to get conversions, like if you're trying to get people to sign up for your mailing list, you have to put the pixel on the thank you page. Now, keep in mind that that pixel code tracker I showed you, put it on every page on the website, on your website. But you need to be using ClickFunnels or something like that if you're trying to get people to opt in, if you're trying to get them to go on a landing page. Because what you want to do, you don't want them to be able to go to the menu on your website. You don't want them to be able to look at your blog or your contact information. You want them to have two options: opt into the mailing list or close the window, and that's all. Okay. So anyway, you're going to install it with just the page view. But I'm about to show you how to do a conversion ad, and that's going to be probably one of the most important things we're going to cover on this whole entire training. And you need to make sure that your pixel is installed on the thank you page. So here we are, we're on this thank you page, and I've clicked settings in ClickFunnels, and I've gone down to tracking codes, okay? And we've got the code up here, all right? And you can see I just copied and pasted the code, but you're going to notice that instead of saying page view, it says complete registration, okay? And so I had to go in and add a piece of code. And so what we'll do, we'll go back to our ads manager. Okay, so you've got the code, you're going to paste that in with page view. And actually, let me go to a different funnel because I don't want to mess this one up. Give me a second, guys. Let me find a dead funnel. I hope you guys are finding this helpful so far and aren't getting too bored. We're going through a lot of technical stuff, so I know it's not as fun or as engaging as it normally is. Let's go to this one. This is a dead funnel. So I can mess with this one. It's not going to hurt anything. We're going to go on here onto the thank you page. And we're going to go settings, tracking code. Awesome. This one's here. So basically what I did is I'm just going to delete this. I put the code, right? So the whole code is there, right? And then what you have to do is you have to get this tracking code, which I'm going to show you. It's going to be important for conversion ads. You're going to close this, okay? And you're going to go to create conversion, this button, create conversion in the pixel area. You can do custom conversions or standard events. I'm just going to show you standard events, okay? You're going to pick these. These all do the same thing, but you're going to want to use lead or complete registration because that's the goal you want. So for this, we're trying to get somebody to sign up for an email list, so I do complete registration. They're registering for my email list, or you can do lead. It's just whatever you prefer. And then right here, I'm back on ClickFunnels again. In the code, I go to the semicolon after page view, and I hit Shift-Enter to create a space, and then I paste in that complete conversion. Now what this is going to do is it means they're going to track the page view, and they're going to track the conversion, okay? And then we're going to hit save, and it's installed. Now, what we're really doing here is, I'll show you this in the conversion campaign, but actually I'm gonna go ahead and show you the conversion campaign. But that's how you install the pixel. Does anybody have questions with just installing the pixel? Thanks, Vicky. I appreciate it. Very useful info. I appreciate it. I know there's other questions. Some of them kind of holding off till the end, so you're gonna have to stick around to see. So that's how you install the pixel. And now we're gonna go back into our ads manager, and we're gonna do a conversion campaign. And I'm gonna talk about conversion campaigns, which are the most important campaigns that you are going to run they're the most important campaigns you're ever going to run. They're the ones we use the most of the time. So I really want to show you really quickly, though, while we're in this account. You can see this guy here. If we go to this week, we had to make some changes in his ads. We had a bad week. Okay, so this is a bad week, right? For women, we're getting 33-cent emails. So for every dollar, we're getting 3 email subscribers. For men, we're doing 85 cents for an email subscriber. And then for this one, this is actually men and women. It's a different audience. We're doing 50 cents an email subscriber. This is bad, right? For him. Normally for him, we're doing between 15 and 25 cents. But what happened was we changed some things with the copy, and now we're letting it's optimizing. Okay, so if we go to today, it's still trying to get back. It takes Facebook a while to re-optimize, but yeah, like see, this one's already back to 22. This one we're gonna have to fix, right? Because it's at $1, and that's not really acceptable for this particular campaign. Although it's very, very good. But when I get into these conversions, I'm going to show you as an example. I'm going to show you a different one of my clients here, because I want you to see what's possible. So this is another client, okay? This is the one that I pulled up the landing page for earlier. Okay, this is for the women's glute program. And we've got here, this is 9 cents, okay? These are 2 different groups of women. We've got, it's based on demographic and it's different messaging. But this one, we've made changes for, it's re-optimizing. So it's at 31 cents. This one's probably, within the next 3 or 4 days, going to get down to about 15 cents a conversion, 15 to 20. But this one is doing 9 cents. And this is today. As you can see, this is today. So today, he spent $1.80 for 19 new email subscribers at 9 cents a piece. Okay, this is what's possible when you do your conversion stuff correctly. Okay, so we're going to go into this campaign, and I'm just going to kind of show you, well, I'm going to go into it in a second when we get to the copy. But first, we're going to go back here, and we're going to go and we're going to create a new campaign, okay? So create campaign. This is where we're trying to get people to register, put in your email. We're not building an audience. We're sending people to an article because we want them to read the article. We want to build the audience. We're getting them to watch a video because we want them to watch a video and build the audience. But when we want somebody to take an action like opt in your mailing list, we're always going to do conversions. Always, 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 always use conversions. You could use traffic. You could do clicks to website, but you would be wrong. Okay, we want to do conversions. All right. And then once we go into conversions, you're gonna have to do some different things. You're going to have to choose a conversion event, okay? So we did complete, remember we just installed that complete registration code. So we're going to do complete registration, all right? We're telling it what pixel to optimize delivery for. Now, if you look, when we go back to add here, when we go to the ad, we're going to have to put in a website URL. So we're going to put the website URL for that landing page, right? And it's going to say, send people to this landing page. But then back here, where we put in this pixel code, it's going to say, all right, we're sending them to that landing page, but now optimize to that pixel, or that tracking code, okay? I know this sounds really complicated, but the idea is, instead of like when you send people to websites, when you're doing clicks to website, Facebook is saying, of all the people on Facebook that fit your targeting options, who are the ones that are most likely to click? And that's what it's sending. But when we do conversions, it's saying of all the people on Facebook that are within your targeting range, who are the ones that are most likely to click and then opt in, okay? And that's different, right? There are different types of people. There are some people are more likely to opt in. Some people will click all the time to read things, but they won't opt in, okay? We want to get the right people, so we're doing conversions, and then we're going to pick that tracking code we picked. So whether it was lead or it was complete registration, you're going to pick that here. Okay, and then you're going to choose your audience, all right? So for him, we used a lookalike audience, right? But you could also do, the targeting that you wanted if you're going to a cold audience, all right? Now, if you're doing what we're talking about, okay, where we're retargeting people, okay, then you're going to go in and you're going to do that custom audience, okay? So what we would do here, I showed you this video that we've done for him. If we want to target the people that did the video, we're going to click this, and we're only going to target those 2,000 people, right? Let me click off this because it's not just in the US. We're only going to target those 2,100 people that watch the video, right? That's our audience. We're retargeting them. So now this new thing, where we're trying to get them to subscribe for something, it's only going to be shown to these people, and they're more warm to us. They know us better, so they're going to be more likely to convert at a cheaper rate, at a cheaper cost. Okay. But let's go back to here, United States, and let's just say we're doing interest targeting because I want you to be able to see some things here. Okay. First thing, targeting. This button right here, expands interest, may increase conversions at lower cost per conversion. I always tick this off. This button, you're going to set your targeting, and if this button's available, Facebook's going to give you cheaper clicks, but they might be outside of the interest you set. I always turn this off because although it might get us cheaper clicks, it's not going to get us the people we want, right? We're trying to target certain people, so why would we want Facebook to then target other people? Yeah, maybe they'll convert cheaper, but they're not the people we want. So I leave this unchecked, okay? Now here's what you really need to know. When you're doing a conversion campaign, when you're optimizing for people that will opt in and will sign up for your newsletter, you want to have a big audience. If you try and do a very tiny audience, you will get slaughtered. And this is why I get so frustrated with all the gurus out there that are telling you, oh, you need to optimize, you need to niche down, you need to get super specific, and you need to know exactly who your audience is and target them specifically. No, no, no. You will be punished for that by Facebook, okay? You need to take advantage of this powerful, powerful tool and use a big audience and let Facebook find the right people. Because when you've got a big audience, Facebook is going to find the cheapest conversions within that audience. And if your copy is good, if your message is good, the people that you want to work with will respond to that message, and the people you don't want to work with won't respond to it, okay? That's why copy is so important. But your audience size here, you can see here right now, potential reach of 213 million. Your audience size, you should aim for between 500,000 and 2 million. 2 million is really the sweet spot. So between 500,000 and 4 million. You don't want to go over 4 million. You don't want to go under 500,000. Around 2 million is really good. Okay, so if I have something like physical fitness, and I put that in, we're at 63 million. So I'm going to want to narrow that down, okay? So I might put something like, let's see if this works. Brides. That's, maybe we want, maybe we want to target, I know somebody mentioned people getting married. So maybe we say physical fitness, and then we're going to go, let's go to behaviors. You know what? I'm just going to type engaged. See if that pops up. Engaged. Relationship status, engaged. Okay? Now they have to have our interest and be recently engaged. Look at that. 1.9 million. This is a perfect audience size. And now, and then, you know what? We can even switch to women if you want brides. 1.2. Perfect. We're in between 500,000 and 2 million. We are going to reach on Facebook 1.2 million women who are interested in fitness and just got engaged. And now we can target them with the bride's guide to weight loss, so you can fit in your dress on your fit into a smaller dress on your big day. I actually did a bride program back when I had my fitness program, and instead of Say Yes to the Dress, another one of those shows my wife watches that I think is ridiculous, I did Say Yes to a Smaller Dress, and I had a picture of a bride, and that was the tagline. And actually that did get passed through Facebook targeting or Facebook's TNCs. And I was using that to get people into a bride program to help them lose weight for their big day, and it killed, okay? So this is the kind of targeting you could use. And there you go. But we want to have that huge amount. So if it's too big, we want to narrow it. Now let's say it's smaller. Let's say you want to do people that are speakers, like, let's say like Tony Robbins, right? So that's going to be, that's 9 million. Okay. Geez, maybe we want to do a specific age group. Let's say that we want to really get this narrowed down. Let's say 35 to 44. That's 2 million. Okay, see, so his name's too big. His name, that might be perfect. But what you can do, let's say you're using smaller names or smaller interests, you could actually build people up, and you could do, you could basically put in multiple interests until you get to that 2 million range. But you really, really want to go to the 2 million range, okay? Now, connection types, once again, since if you're going to a cold audience, you can set a connection type. If you are retargeting, you don't want to do this at all, okay? So the retargeting, remember I mentioned we're going to do to that custom audience. So you would choose the custom audience. We'll say that video. You're going to eliminate the countries. You're going to leave the age thing wide open because you've already determined what their age was, right? And so now we're just saying we want all 2,000 people. If I hit men, then it's only going to show 1,400. If I do United States, because we were targeting an international audience, so if I do United States, then that limited us to less than 1,000 people, even though that audience really had 2,100 in it. Okay, so we want to leave that open. And you don't want to, you want to leave this expanded off. You don't want to change connections, okay? And then you're going to set your placements. When we're trying to get somebody to convert, when we're trying to get them to opt in, we're always, always, always going to use the Facebook feed and nothing else, okay? So we're going to turn all these off. I also, you may have noticed, if I go back to this, let's see if this one has it. Yeah, it's just super skinny. So if you look at this, you see how it's super skinny here, this landing page? That's because I optimized it for mobile, okay? When you click on your phone, because I'm only doing traffic from mobile, the headline, the image, and the button are all visible on the screen, and then they have to scroll down and hit this, but that's perfectly mobile optimized because the button is above the fold, okay? And so when I'm running a target and add for that one, I'm going to do mobile only in the mobile feed, and I'm going to get killer results doing that, okay? And if you're in fitness, mobile news feed conversions optimized for mobile, and you're going to get under 50 cents if you have an audience that's in that 500,000 to 2 million range, and you're going to get really low conversions. You're going to have to do some testing and stuff, but that's kind of outside the scope of this right now. Lastly, here, when we're doing conversions, we're optimizing. We're not optimizing for clicks or impressions. We're optimizing for conversions, okay? And this is like I was saying, if you get this big audience, Facebook's only going to target the people within that audience that are most likely to convert, okay? And then we don't want 7-day clicks. We want 1-day clicks. We want people that click on the ad and then they sign up right then and there, okay? Not within 7 days. So we want to optimize for people that they click the ad and they click it right away. Now, something you need to know. If you do conversions, your cost per click might actually be higher to get people to the website, but it doesn't matter because we're optimizing for people to convert. So if you're doing a clicks to website campaign and you're doing a conversions campaign, your cost per click to the landing page is going to be cheaper on, let's say you're getting 20-cent clicks, right? You might be getting 20-cent clicks, but it's costing $2 for somebody to actually opt in. Whereas you do a conversion campaign, it might cost 50 cents for a click, but your average cost is 75 cents per conversion. Okay. So you want to keep that in mind. That's how we're gonna. So anyway, this is how you set up the whole conversion ad. Just from a copy standpoint, what you want to do. Let me just show you this one real quick because it's slaughtering. So this is our 9-cent campaign, 9 cent per email subscriber. And these are people that are buying, okay? These are not just like, it's not just about cheap clicks. These are people that are buying. They're subscribing to the email list for 9 cents and then they're buying, and that's really important. But here, when we get in there, we've got the website URL, we've got this copy. It says it's congruent, okay? This is the name of the cheat sheet. The cover of the cheat sheet on the landing page has this picture of a lady's bottom, and it says it's Glute Max in black, so it's very congruent. The headline, free women's glute shaping cheat sheet, right? It tells you exactly what it is. It's free, and this is what you're getting, okay? Here, want to sculpt a beautiful, strong butt? Check out our guide for women who want to learn exactly how to train their glutes to sculpt a tight, lifted booty, okay? That might sound cheesy, that copy, but we tested a lot of different versions of copy, and this is the one that's converting really well, okay? They want this audience, they're already interested in training. They know what glutes are. They want to train, that way their butt will be tighter and lifted. That's what they were looking for when we checked the copy. And then we tell them exactly what to do. Tap the Learn More button to get your free cheat sheet. Tap the button. Tap the image. And this is also to a mobile audience, so we don't say click. We say tap because they're tapping with their fingers. These things are important, okay? So you want really clear copy. You want short copy for a conversion campaign where they don't have to click Learn More, okay? And that's how we do it. So that's the full thing here. That's pretty much everything for this campaign. What I want to do now is go over kind of, let me pull up a document for you, because I want to tell you how to implement this system, okay? Because I want you to know exactly what to do, how much to spend, how this all fits together, kind of bring it all together, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. I realize we're already an hour and 15 minutes into that. It's actually not too bad, but we've covered a ton of ground, and you guys might have to go back and watch this again, but I think you'll be able to go back and reference this and know exactly how to set up your campaigns. So let's talk about implementing this, okay? So when we implement this, we're going to have a couple things, okay, in the system. So I'm just going to label these parts. We've got part A. This is going to be an article or video, right? And it's going to be an article or video that solves a problem for your audience, or raises awareness of a problem, okay? Or motivates them, or whatever it is, but it needs to be congruent, okay? Part B, okay, is going to be, it's going to be where we're getting the conversion. This is going to be your lead magnet, okay? And this is kind of like your first level lead magnet, but this is going to be a short PDF. It might be, you know, a little video series. It might be a challenge of some sort, okay? But this is going to be something that gives them information. It helps solve that problem you're talking about in an article or video. It's going to help solve that, and it's going to be short, sweet, to the point, okay? And then C, this might be your offer, okay? This is going to be the come check out my gym. This is going to be the buy from me. This might be a webinar, right? So this could be a webinar. This could be a sales page. This could be, you know, apply for a coaching call. There's all kinds of things you could put in here, right? And so what we want to do is we want to run them through this. We want to run these ads. So what I'm going to show you is kind of like a I'm going to show you kind of like a $30 per day setup, which is about $900 a month. And this is kind of like, I think it's kind of a reasonable amount. You got to take a leap of faith, but you can really do some work with that. If you don't have that, you just want to run, I would say, $5 to $10 a day and just build your email list and be sending them into a Facebook group and work them through email. But if you're willing to put a little more money into it, this is what you want to do. And this is really what you need to do going forward, even if you're doing, I think this is really about the least amount you could spend to do this. But here's how it's going to be, okay? Week 1. Okay, week 1. All right. Here, every week you're going to be spending $30, okay? But during week 1, for A, you're going to spend $25, and for B, you're going to spend $5, okay? And this is going to be retargeting. All right. So what's happening here is that you're going to be sending $25 of spend per day to an article using the audience network, clicks via the audience network. So a clicks campaign, audience network targeting to an article that's pixeled, or $25 to a video. these days, I would say, unless you're really trying to get awareness in Pixel and get more people on your blog, I would say do the video because it's much cheaper, it's much more affordable. But what you would really want to compare is, what can I get the cheaper? You might do both. Like, what can I get the cheaper thing for? Can I get cheaper clicks to the website or cheaper 25% video views? All right, and we want to use those 25% video views. Then the retargeting, okay? So this might be sending them to a landing page to download your lead magnet, okay? That PDF, okay? $5, and we're going to be retargeting them. So what we're going to do is we're going to build that custom audience of video viewers from A, and then we're going to build the audience using the 25% ones. And then we're going to, when we go to do our conversion campaign, we're going to select the 25% view audience as our audience we're targeting. And we're going to run this right here, this system, for a week. Does not matter really how small this is. It's just going to roll. Okay. At first you won't have much audience, but this will build up eventually. All right. What we eventually want to have happening though is that we really, before we go into week 2, like I'm saying week 2, but when you get to week 2, you want to make sure that you have about 1K people in your audience, right? And that's either people that read the article and were pixeled or people that have viewed 25%. So we'll say 100, so maybe that's 25% video views, okay? You want to have about 1,000 before you do this, and then you also want to be adding about 100 new people to the audience every single day. Okay, that's really what you need to be doing. That's why we have this set at about $30 a day. Okay, but once you have this going, or you're in week 2, we are going to do the next part. Okay, which is going to be for part A. We're going to drop that down. We're just going to leave it. We're not going to change or make a new ad. We're just going to change the ad spend to $15. We're going to reduce it, and we're going to shift that money around. Okay, so now we're going to have the B retargeting is now going to be $10, right? And this is our retargeting audience that we're already doing. We're going to bump it up from $5 to $10 because it's a bigger audience now. We can put more money toward it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put $5. We're going to put $5 toward a cold audience, okay? Just to test it, right? You got to test everything. So we're going to put it toward a cold audience, all right? We're going to let that run, and we're going to get into week 3, okay? In week 3, we're going to have A, still going to be at $15, constantly building that audience. It has to be constantly building. If you turn off that audience builder, everything else is going to crash, okay? It's the foundation. B is going to be $10, okay? And then we'll go to C. Now, what B is going to be here is you're going to determine, am I getting cheaper clicks, right? Am I going to get cheaper clicks retargeting from A to B, which you most likely will, or am I going to get cheaper from a cold audience? Now, I just showed you that guy that's getting 9-cent email subscribers. He's getting so cheap from a cold audience that what we're doing in this situation, right, we'll say week, we'll call it 3, option point 1, point 2, right? I'll put the options here, okay? And this one is retargeting audience wins, and this one is going to be cold audience wins, okay? What we would do in his circumstances, we would eliminate A, okay? And then what we would do is we would go ahead and put $20 on B here, the cold audience, and then we would put $10 on C, right? And this is going to be the offer. C is going to be the offer. But usually this retargeting, this is what we were really talking about today, is you build your audience, you retarget them to your mailing list, you retarget them to an offer, okay? What's really going to, that's most likely what's going to win, and you're going to put $5 there. So that's going to be 30. We're still there. And it's the same thing. What we've done here now, this B, these are our people that subscribe to the email list, right? And what we actually are going to do here is we're going to go into our custom audience, and we're going to choose website. Let me just go back in here and show you again. Okay, we're going to go to audiences. Okay, we're going to go to create custom audience. We're going to go to website traffic. people visiting specific web pages, URL contains, and it's going to contain slash thank you. So that's our thank you page. And we're going to do 180 days, past traffic. We're going to create that audience, okay? And then that audience is going to be retargeted with the new ad for C, which is targeting them to an offer, okay? And this might be retargeting them to a sales page. It could be targeting them to an application for a call. It could be whatever it is you're doing, okay? But the point is here, we put steps in. Now you can take this even further, right? So let's say, let's just get a peek behind the scenes with like what we're doing with Justin, where we've got an audience, an article, we've got a PDF lead magnet, we've got a 7-day challenge freebie, and then we've got D, right? D, which is going to be a webinar to sell something, right? And so what we're actually doing then is then week 4, we're going to go 10 to the audience builder, 10 to the PDF, 5 to the challenge, and then 5 to the webinar, only targeting the people that opted in for the challenge. And that would be what the final piece looks like, okay? But if you're not selling a high ticket thing, this will work for you. And this is what the implementation plan is going to look like here. So, all right, and that is it. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to leave this up in case people want to copy it down. I'm going to put it like this so you can see the stuff that's really important there. I'm going to go back to some questions now, if I can find where they are. So awesome. We only had 2 people ditch. So I'm going to go through them one at a time now. If you have questions, go ahead. Now's the time to put them in. I'll try and wrap these up as quick as possible so you can go about your merry way. I'll get a little bit of water first. Really quickly, okay, local business. I know we've got somebody in here who does local business. It's going to be the same thing, right? Instead of, what you can do is instead of directly selling somebody, instead of putting $30 a day into trying to get somebody, I'm going to use gym, the fitness example of saying like, hey, huge opportunity. We're looking for 10 people to join our women's group training class at our gym in Chicago, right? Instead of doing that, which doesn't really work anymore, what you could do instead is say, hey, busy moms in Chicago, right? We've got this video about how to get in shape when you don't have a lot of time as a busy mom to exercise. Here's how you can get in shape in less than 2 hours per week in the gym with this video, right? And then you're retargeting them to this challenge, and it's the 7-day, busy moms home workout challenge, right? Let us show you how to eat without tracking calories, some workouts you can do from home so that you can start losing weight today, in 7 days from home, even if you're a busy mom that doesn't have time to make it to the gym. And then the people that complete that, they're going to obviously get offered from the challenge, but then you can retarget the people that signed up for the challenge and say, hey, do you still need help losing weight? Because we've got spaces, we've got 10 spaces at our gym for busy moms in Chicago. And if you're interested, you can come join us, you can come check out the gym, free 1-day pass, and if you like it, you can work with us. And that's going to work much better than just going directly to it, because you built a relationship first. You try to get them results first. You help them before you ask for anything in return. And that's what you have to be doing in 2017. Okay, so that's how we would do it with the local business. All right, what else we got here? Online health and fitness, help with retargeting and video ads. Well, you should be good to go then. Cool. What else we got? Let me get through these questions. Sorry, I'm trying to get through everything. Okay, we have a question from Riss. I hope I'm saying that right, from Riss. How are these interests linked? Is it people who are in these types of groups or page likes? So interests are basically developed based on your behavior, okay? So it could come from you liking pages, it could come from you talking about things on Facebook, it could come from searching things on Facebook or Google. It's just data that's collected from you being present on the internet. So it can come from all kinds of things. Sometimes you'll see like job titles. If you say, I'm a personal trainer or I am a CEO, then somebody can target CEOs as a job title, right? Or it could just be, so interest is based on the behavior. I hope that answered your question. If not, we can drop another question. Who did I mention to the captions? If you want captions for your video, Claire, you're going to want to go to rev.com. I think it's like $1 per minute. It's fantastic. So if you're just doing a quick, 2 to 5 minute video, then it won't cost you anything. Okay, here we go. Sharon, you'd said, what would you suggest I target if it's brides preparing for the wedding? I would, like I mentioned, I would target the area. I would hone in on if it's local, I'd hone in on the area, and then I would hone in on women that had just been engaged. That's going to be very small. That's okay though if you're trying to get leads. But if you're targeting online and you're going to go much bigger, and then I kind of showed it in the video, so hopefully that answered your question. Are there still multiple kinds of pixels, is what Nathan asked. No. There used to be pixels for conversions and pixels for tracking. So if we wanted to track people that visited your website or an article, right, to build that audience, you would put a tracking pixel. And then if you wanted people to optimize for a certain page, like optimize to convert, so you wanted them to get to a certain page, like we do with our conversion campaigns, you would put a conversion pixel on the thank you page. Now there's just the Facebook pixel. And the old pixels are disabling this month. So if you're using them, you need to switch over. The Facebook pixel is exactly like I showed you. It already has page views in there. You just drop it on your website or the article or the landing page that you're trying to send traffic to build that audience. And then when you want to do a conversion, you're just going to create a space in the code underneath page view, and you're going to add lead or complete registration into there. Conversion tracking versus custom audience. They're not. I don't understand this question because they're not really. They're different things. Like conversion tracking is like that's just the tracking code, that complete registration or lead code. Okay. Custom audiences are going to be people that visited a page, people that are on an email list, people that watched a certain amount of a video, people that liked your Facebook page. Those are custom audiences. They're audiences you create of custom people that have taken a certain action. So hopefully that gives you some clarity, but your question I didn't quite understand. If you have lead pages and you use the WordPress plugin, can you add that extra bit of code, or do you have to add it within lead pages? If you're using lead pages for your landing pages, you have to put it in lead pages. So if you're using lead pages, if you're using ClickFunnels, you have to put it on that thing. You have to put it in that landing page. That tracking plugin that I mentioned only works for the WordPress website itself. Yeah, say yes to a smaller dress. Yeah, if you're really nice to me, Sharon, if you hit me up, I may still have that graphic. I can actually send you that graphic, and since I don't do fitness anymore, I can share that with you. All right, I don't see any more questions. Yeah, you're saying surprising how little spend you have to put in. Yeah, it's really about optimizing it, and I don't know, maybe if you all are really nice to Justin, he'll let us do another training another day about how to really get your conversion costs down through testing, but that's kind of outside of this. So I don't see any other questions. If you guys have further questions, you can drop them in the group. I'm in there. I'll answer them for you. If you have questions implementing this when you go back and look at the video again, I'm happy to do that. But I hope you guys found this helpful, and I just want to nail one thing home. I know I've said it 100 times already, but if you're going direct to a cold audience with an offer, if you're trying to get them to buy your thing, if you're trying to get them to join a program, if you're trying to get them to hand you money, it's not going to work. That's not going to work anymore. We're past that. You have to be a more sophisticated marketer. And the way you do that is by building an audience and retargeting that audience. And the people that can get that right are the people that are going to win in 2017. And if you follow this guide, you're going to get it right. And this is working with all kinds of things, okay? An example with Justin's stuff, we're retargeting to this, our goal was $5 for a conversion because it cost more to go business to business. And we're doing under $2 right now, okay? because we built an audience and then we retargeted to the audience. So if you do this, it's going to work. But you got to kind of take that leap of faith. And then the other thing I would have you keep in mind is that when you're doing a conversion campaign, Facebook will optimize it over time. So just because you have $1.50 per conversion today doesn't mean that you won't have 9-cent conversions a month from now, okay, for your email list. It's going to work down. Now, if it's not moving downward, then you need to try again. But once you're under $1, you're good. And then you just got to let it do its thing. And it's going to go down, and it should settle. And you'll probably settle around $1 if you're not testing. But if you test your copy, you're going to be able to get it down below 50 cents, which is incredible. And that's what you really want to aim for. So, we do have a couple more questions. Sorry, Mia, I don't know about Kabaji. I've not used Kabaji, but I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Like really, you can find anything on YouTube. So that's the end of this. I wish you all the best of luck. Go make some money using Facebook ads. You guys have a nice day.